Welcome to another edition of the UMO Coaches Show. I'm Ryan Smith, joined with Sean Brennan, head men's soccer coach. And, well, Coach, you've had a lot of stuff going on this past week. 3 games. It was a marathon. Definitely was not a sprint. Marathon, we'll kind of touch on each game here, obviously picking up wins against Shaw to kind of open the week. What did you see out of that? Because that was the beginning of what ended up being a long week.
Yeah, we had to really tough that one out. Shaw, we kept Shaw in the game for a really long time. We played well. We just couldn't finish. So we went all the way to the 85th minute with Sebastian getting a goal. So it wasn't ideal for it to last that long, because of how well we played. But it was good for us to, we had to play against a team that was hanging on and stayed in the game. So we had to really fight through that. And I was really pleased with the response of the guys. We never panicked. We just continued to play, and it was a good first result with 3 points.
And then you take those points into playing arch rival Barton in Wilson, and that was one heck of a game as well. We're there watching it and talked to you after the game shortly about it. That was just a great crowd, great energy there. Did succeed 1 goal, but picked up 2 in that one as well. What did you see out of the guys in that game?
Well, that was a tough environment to play in. Barton did a great job with creating that environment. But yeah, we had to deal with a lot of different components there. Obviously, a Barton team that sat in and tried to counter us, and they were very organized, so it was difficult for us to break down. The composure to play in that situation with people screaming at you constantly is not easy. And then it's a rival conference opponent where you're trying to get 3 points and climb the table. And so very pleased again. I thought we played very well, especially in the second half too. So it was good to move to 6 points on the week there.
And even if you guys needed more so a little bit more rest, you definitely had Saturday come into effect, and the fact that not only did you already play 2 games, then you go into a double overtime game, and if the guys' legs weren't already tired at that point, I don't really know if you could have played any more soccer at that point in time after Saturday. I don't think you could have actually formed a team. Talk about that game. Obviously, a little back and forth. North Greenville was there the entire match. Never let up, and honestly, never, at least in my opinion, didn't seem like we let up much either. Talk about how much of a coaching battle that was for you to try to keep fresh legs in there on a 3rd game of the week, and then it goes into overtime.
It was tough. We obviously had to sub a lot differently in that game. I knew going in we were already sore before the game started, and we were already fatigued. So by the 50th, 60th, 70th minute, we were in pretty bad shape physically. But we had to change our sub patterns. We had to play certain guys more to help other guys rest. And I thought we played really well again, and it was disappointing not to get 3 points in that game. But we've got a lot of positives to build on from this week, and just move forward into training today.
And you talk about today, obviously, fast forwarding to Wednesday, you guys then take on Newberry. At least you guys don't have 3 games this week, so that's got to be a little bit of a relaxation. Newberry, what do you see out of them? Obviously having a couple of days rest off, and obviously training today. But what are you going to try to attack with Newberry here on Wednesday?
Well, they're a much better team than what their record says. They've got some very good players, and Bryce down there, he's done a great job, building that culture and that program. It's not going to be easy on the road, obviously, regional opponents, but we're just going to continue to build on what we're doing. We're playing attractive soccer in terms of keeping the ball, and defensively we're getting better, and we've seen progress every single day with our team this year, which is great because we're starting to get into that stretch now where you're either in it and you've got a chance to do something great, or you're not and it's over already. And we're definitely in it still, and so it's another big week for us.
What have you seen out of your team in the past couple of weeks? Obviously, team last year had a lot of roller coasters with it. This year, I think the bumps haven't been as severe. It's kind of been more of a level year for you guys. What have you seen out of the team, the culture that you've been trying to build over here over the past 2 years, and just the success that you guys have had this year? Obviously, for you, has to be very rewarding. But what have you seen out of the team this year that just makes this year a little bit different?
I think the constant growth. Every single day, we're growing in some facet of development and some facet of the game. We're always growing, and we've got a group of guys that want to learn constantly and digest information really well. We're confident, and we're also playing a really nice game where we're trying to move the ball and out-possess people and keep the ball in tight areas. So I've just been really pleased with everything. We've made a lot of progress in this 2-year period. We've got a lot of progress to go, but yeah, we're a good team, and hopefully we continue to be that down the stretch.
And then you guys end the week coming back to Ammon Field. It's Upward Youth Soccer Day against King, coming back into a conference match. How do you get the team to kind of refocus? Obviously, this past week, again, you're highlighting those 3 games for what seems like the 17th time we've done this in the past 2 weeks. To have a team stay that focused for 3 games is much tougher than 2, but it still creates its same challenges with the time off. How do you get the team to, after having such a long week, having a game Wednesday, to refocus for a conference game?
Yeah, well, I think right now in the position we're in, it won't be too difficult because it's Conference Carolina's points that we need to climb the table, and leaving 2 points out there against North Greenville this weekend. We've there's a lot of emphasis on the King game this weekend, and we'll use Newberry to help prepare us for that. But no, we'll be focused, we'll be ready. But it's an important 3 points that we're going to have to go get, and that's another team that doesn't have the best of record, but I've seen them play, and they're a very good side. It's going to throw us a lot of challenges.
This has been something that's been a little bit different and difficult for you guys this year. Having a conference season start so late, and that can be, you say records can be deceiving, the place in the conference standings can be deceiving as well, because there's so many teams in the upper part of the conference that have already played many more games than we have. How do you get the players to kind of buy into the ignore where they are, we're up at that level, but we just haven't played as many games?
Yeah, it's difficult. Going into the Barton game, I think we're tied for 10th.
Yeah.
But it was simply because we hadn't played a lot of games,
yeah.
And other opponents had. But we talk every day about climbing the table is what we talk about, and we use it as a ladder concept, almost 1 step at a time, 3 points at a time. And it hasn't seemed to really affect us, even though when you look at it, it's like, ooh, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it makes you think about it, but you guys haven't played on that.
Yeah, but no, it hasn't really affected us negatively. We know we've got games at hand on some teams, but we also know the importance of getting results, because the one luxury we have is we've seen what everybody else is doing because we are behind. So
right.
A lot of teams have gotten different results, so we know what's expected of us in order to be in that conference tournament and to ultimately try and host the first round.
And something that's kind of special with this Saturday is the Upward Youth Soccer Day, and obviously previous Saturday was Alumni Day, and then you had another Parks and Rec Day here. You guys have done a lot of community service events here, particularly with your program. What does it mean to you as a coach, and to the guys as well, to host something like that and to continue to build those community relations? Because obviously there's always been a connection with Upward Youth Soccer, building the new one with Parks and Rec this year. What does it mean to have those kind of special events and to kind of have those kids walk out? The international walkout is always, it's kind of a heartwarming thing to see, no matter where you're standing, to see those kids walk out.
Yeah, community outreach is so important to us, and getting our brand and our program out to the people in Mount Olive. It's really important. We want to give back to the kids. This is, for this area, this is the highest level of soccer these kids will ever see, unless they leave to go to another town. So we want to give them that, and we want to show them how cool college soccer is, and how good. I want to show the community how good my guys are and what type of people we are, because I'm proud of them. So it's an important day, and it's great. My guys love the international walkout with the kids, holding hands as much as the kids do, I think.
Yeah.
Because we feel like pros, and the kids get a lot out of it too. So it's just giving the kids as much exposure to the game as possible. Trying to learn from our guys, and we'll do a clinic for Upward Soccer tomorrow night after practice, and just giving back. And it's very important, and sometimes goes unnoticed, and we don't do it as much as we should, but giving back to people that are around you and support you are very important to us.
And it's nice to see that kind of build a culture and kind of add to the athletic side of it, but then also the personal side of collegiate sports. And so that's great to see the guys that build into that and buy into it, the stuff that you guys have been doing. So busy week for you guys this week. Wish you the best of luck with Newberry on Wednesday, and then come back to Ammon Field for King on Saturday. And for head coach Sean Brennan, I'm Ryan Smith. This has been another edition of the UMO Coaches Show.
Exceptional degrees at an exceptional value. That's transforming education. The University of Mount Olive, transforming education, transforming lives. Learn more at umo.edu. That's umo.edu.